Welcome, everybody. Heir of Inti Syndicates, head influencer. Today, we are talking, that's right, Instagram growth loops. I get excited about this, well, because who doesn't get excited about growing their Instagram? We talked in a past video about the value of growing an Instagram and why someone would want to grow an Instagram. Whether that you are a company watching this or you're a small business owner yourself, or even a large business owner. You could be the head of a Fortune 500 social media team and you're like, Instagram growth loops, I want to learn a little bit more about this. Well, I'm your guy. You could also be an aspiring influencer or an influencer on the rise right now. Or lastly, you could be part of a brand and really looking to grow a brand, whether that be an e-commerce brand, online brand, or even a retail brand. We're going to talk about what Instagram growth loops are and how you may find benefits in this. Now, first off, if you're not any of those three categories that I talked about, get out of here. What are you doing here still? I'm just playing around. You can stay, but obviously you're not going to get as much value. All right, cool. So I prepared this little graphic, which first off, before I even show you this graphic, I am no illustrator or artist. So that like I might look like it. You might be like, oh yeah, but you got a pink hat and you got a purple shirt on there and you got these glasses. Like you've got some type of aesthetic to you going on. And clearly you're an aesthetic man. That's true, but that does not translate into my drawing skills. Anyways, we're talking Instagram growth loops and I'll start here and then I'll get to the bottom piece as well. So this might be backwards for you, in which case it is what it is, you know? Obviously, no, it's not. It is what it is. I'll figure out a way to unreverse this. Anyways, so what are Instagram growth loops in and of themselves? At the very core, Instagram growth loops are a way of getting followers. They are very, very simple way of getting followers, right? So as you can see, typically companies, businesses, aspiring influencers or growing influencers or brands are looking for followers. Now we talked about why they might want followers. Obviously, anyone would want to get more eyes. The more followers you have, and if you're a brand, aspiring influencer, or a company or business that's looking to really expand, growth loops are phenomenal for you. As you guys know, Instagram is one of the hottest platforms right now in social media world, with 500 million active daily users. That's every single day. 1/14 of the population is using Instagram actively. So it's huge. There's a huge audience here. So obviously you want to get your company, your product, your brand in front of, or even your personal brand in front of eyes. Well, what's the best way to do that? You want to get in touch with these guys, the celebrities, the influencers. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of the Kardashians. You may have heard of some of these big influencers. And some of these influencers are celebrities. And even in the everyday world, Hollywood celebrities, actors, what have you. Anyone who's just big in the world of, well, anything really. Entrepreneurs, all different niches, if you will. And I think we may have talked about niches in a past video. But if not, niches is something we will be talking about in a future video. Anyways, these guys have a lot of followers, right? And they get a lot of attention. Well, what if there was a way of tapping into the followers who watch a celebrity's story or follow a celebrity's post, like a newsfeed post? Could you see there would be some value there? Well, that's exactly what we do with an Instagram growth loop. You see, at Inti Syndicates, what we do is we broker a relationship between these guys, these businesses, brands, and aspiring influencers with some top celebrity influencers. In other words, we facilitate a connection or a relationship such that when these celebrities are doing what's called, and I'm sure you guys have seen these celebrity giveaways where celebrities are like the Kardashian one, where we're giving away tens of thousands of dollars worth of purses or Yves Saint Laurent, whatever type of purse, right? Or sometimes there's even big cash giveaways that are like, we're giving away $10,000 and there's a way to enter, right? That's what we do. We are the facilitator of brands, aspiring influencers, and companies to get involved on those celebrity influencer giveaways. Now, what the celebrities give to the companies, brands, and influencers is followers, right? They say, go follow these pages. And again, I'm sure you have seen some of these things. And in exchange, what these brands, influencers, and companies do is they pay money and they sponsor that giveaway, right? So if the celebrity is giving away, let's say $10,000 worth of purses, and they're, I don't know, let's say they need to cover the expenses of $10,000 worth of purses. What's the, they'll say we're looking for five companies, but like they're looking for five of these guys at $2,000 a pop, and they'll get them in for the they'll be a sponsor of the giveaway, and the celebrities will be like, okay, cool, we'll send you all the followers, or we'll send all follower traffic to you, and then in exchange you give us the money. That's where Inti Syndicates plays a role. Basically, we are that facilitator. And more than anything, like I said, there's so many different niches out there, right? There's so many different ways or organization. Let's say you're a fashion brand, right? Like an online e-commerce fashion brand specified towards, for all intents and purposes, women's, right? Like let's say you're selling women's bracelets. Obviously, you want to get in front of an audience of women who are willing to buy your bracelets over time, right? Like you would make this investment such that you're like, okay, look, I'm looking to get a lot of eyes on these women's bracelets that I sell. And let's say you get, like, you're working with a big influencer, 10 million followers in the United States, Europe, and let's say Australia, right? Like just big economies where people are like, they're definitely willing to spend. Could you see there being huge value in terms of getting your e-commerce brand and your Instagram profile lots of views, right? You have your website and you're selling products on this particular, on your Instagram profile. If you had 10 million viewers check out your profile and start looking through it, I'm sure you can imagine people are going to start buying. And that's the value of this Instagram growth loop. It's like, look, you're small right now. You have all of your pieces in place for your business. You have all your pieces in place for your brand, maybe even for your personal brand, right? Maybe you're selling a course, maybe you're whatever. Again, I'm only really interested in working with influencers, right? I'm not looking here. I'm not looking for like, oh man, I just want to be famous. Like, dude, get out of here. You know, like that's get out of here. You're not the person for this. But if you have something to sell and you're really looking to grow and expand your business at speed, this is perfect for you, because I can work with you to specify what's the type of influencer that would make most sense for you to work with. I've got a list of some of the influencers that we've worked with, some of the past campaigns. I will put that link below in the description section. And you guys can take a look at some of the influencers that I've worked with. And we've only been in business for like 2 months now. So like, these are like some top level influencers. I'm telling you, it's insane. So someone might ask me like, all right, dude, well, why would I want to do this? I mean, there's, as we talked about, or as I have in this graphic over here, there's other ways to get followers, right? There's Instagram ads. You could do swaps or shout outs. Couldn't read it from this side of the thing. Why wouldn't you want to do Instagram ads? Well, first off, Instagram ads are unproven, right? You can get your product, you can get your service, etc., in front of your brand, in front of eyes, obviously. But the downside to it is it's not really proven to you, right? It's not like I know I'm going to get this many views or followers, right? What you'll do is you'll get views, but you won't necessarily get followers. And there's a big distinction between getting views and getting followers, right? If I get a lot of views, yeah, people might want to buy it and whatnot. But when you get a follower, that's a potential repeat customer. That's a potential person who's willing to engage with your business. The additional thing about having lots of followers, it gives credibility to your business, right? Yeah, it could be awesome that you have a post and you want lots of people to see your post and potentially buy. But if your page is only at like 100, maybe 200, maybe even 500 followers, realistically, I mean, I'm speaking for myself. If I see a page that's got like 10,000, 15,000 followers, I'm like, all right, cool. This person, this brand, this business is probably a little bit more legit, because to get that many followers for the ordinary person, that's wow, that's like not easy to do. So there has to be something to that. And that is another thing. There's a lot of value in that, right? It's getting that, like, that stamp of approval, getting that swipe up feature. All of that is where you'll find the value of working with an Instagram growth agency such as Inti Syndicates. Now, what about swaps, right? Swaps, for those of you who don't know, are I say I'll shout you, or I'll put you on I'll put you on my story if you put me on my story, right? So like what a lot of Instagram influencers use this is like, if you shout me out on your page, I'll shout you out. It's like a exchange, right? Like go follow XYZ page or go follow XYZ page. And brands will do, it's a swap. It's like, I'll give you my followers for your followers. But the thing here is that, again, when you're really small, when you're sub 200, 300, you've got a product, you've got a service that's like, you're just ready to explode. You're ready to knock it out of the park. But you don't have that, let's say, you don't have that cachet, that credibility of we're big. And you can swap 200 followers for another 200 followers, but how far is that going to get you and in what period of time? And you're not really going to be able to scale very quickly. But lastly, shout outs. I'm sure you guys have gotten the DM from a lot of people saying, hey, I saw your profile. You look really cool. It seems like you're growing. We like who you are. Obviously, they're throwing a lot of compliments at you. And then they're like, oh, by the way, if you want to grow your Instagram following, I can get you, I don't know, 1,000 followers within this period of time for like $50, right? It's like, all right, dude, this is a little too good to be true. And you might be like, well, why don't I just go that route? And my thing to you is, what kind of followers do you want? Do you want quality followers? Do you want quality followers, or do you want garbage followers? And that's what I found from the shout outs in and of themselves. Like, yeah, you'll get a lot of views. Yeah, you'll get a lot of accounts looking at you. And some of these accounts are like, they've got 200, 300,000 followers. This is more kind of towards the personal brands. They'll have large followings and they will guarantee a certain amount of followers. But at the end of the day, how credible really are those followers? Are they really that valuable? So that's what I got for you guys. What the benefits of working with us specifically? A couple things. One, we got a video on how to make the most of your loop, right? So you run a loop, you run one of these contest loops and you're associated. That's the other thing. Your name and your brand is associated with that celebrity influencer. In other words, someone will see like, oh wow, like how does this company know this celebrity influencer? It's huge, right? Like to be able to say that like you know a celebrity or that you're affiliated with a celebrity in some way, shape, or form, that you were in a sponsored contest of theirs, that you sponsored their contest, people automatically assume like, whoa, okay, these guys are like legit, you know? Again, it's that seal of credibility and legitimacy. The other things that we do is we make sure to target the specific audience. We'll spend a session with you, maybe half an hour, depends how much I like you. If I like you really, I'll give you an hour. If I like you, if I don't, no, I'm just kidding around. But we do a certain period of time, like we'll spend a certain period of time with you, really identifying what are your goals for that, growing that brand, that business, that personal brand. What is that vision for what that brand is? And we'll work with you in the sense of thinking, okay, these are the types of celebrities that you might want to start thinking about working with, or sponsoring some of their loops. And then lastly, is really our connections and our access. We have, like I mentioned, and I'm going to put it in the links below, we have worked with some of the top influencers on Instagram. Absolutely incredible, right? Like, absolutely incredible. So what I want to say to you, or what I want you to take away from this is, one, what is an Instagram growth loop? At the key core, it's a trade of followers, real legitimate followers who follow a celebrity influencer for the sponsor fee. It's that exchange. That's the exchange. At Inti Syndicates, we facilitate that exchange and we give you the resources to make the most out of this growth loop. For more information on how to monetize your Instagram, I've also thrown a 5 ways to monetize your Instagram PDF down below. Beaming Influence. Air out.